right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Nicole Alvarez. I'm here with Wolf Alice, Ellie, Joel, Joff. Hello, and welcome to the desert.
Hello.
So you guys rolled in, was it last night? Tell me about some of the stuff that you saw at the festival.
Well, we went to see Deer Hunter, which was cool. And then we watched a little bit of Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. You saw a bit of Grimes.
Yeah, she was pretty cool. She was jumping around, having a good time.
She was here yesterday and she was talking how she was a little bit nervous because she was going up against Guns N' Roses. But I
It didn't
assured
look like she was nervous.
Yeah.
She said she was going to tell her people to just crank it all up and make it as loud as possible. But she, in the back of her mind, thought, uh-oh, I'm going up against this huge band.
I mean, it was a full tent full of people loving it, so
Lovely.
she smashed it.
So when you watch other artists, especially last night before you play, do you think, do you put yourself on stage? Do you already start planning? Or are you able to just sit there and enjoy?
Kind of. I saw a band called Bad Bad Not Good yesterday, and it had kind of a small crowd, but it was so dedicated. I thought, like, if that happens to us, you can still have a great time, you know.
Okay, that's a great attitude. I want to talk about the name Wolf Alice first because I would have never read the story. There's a writer named Angela Carter who wrote a story called Wolf Alice. Do you think you can sum it up for us really quick? Because it's a beautiful story, but it's very gory. So what attracted you to it? And give us a little summary.
Well, it's from a collection of stories called The Bloody Chamber, and they're all kind of adult fairy tales. And this one, yeah, it is kind of gory. It can be quite shocking in a way, but
I liked it.
Yeah, it's kind of got themes of growing up and told in a very bizarre way.
There's a werewolf, and there's love, and there's lots of blood and townspeople. You guys should definitely check it out if you can. You've been nominated for a Grammy, most blogged about artist in the UK. You've got so much under your belts. Ellie, let's talk about growing up and when you decided to jump into music.
Me personally, I don't know, I'd always loved music. I just needed the courage to really tell myself that it's what I wanted to do and I was going to have a good crack at it. So I guess it was when I had failed at most other things.
When you were a young girl, I read that you played you mastered the recorder and you played in pubs.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Well, Joff and I started playing in pubs around North London where we lived in when we were, I think I was about 18, Joff was 19 or something like that. But yeah, it was just kind of your local pubs, rock up with an acoustic guitar and play to no one kind of thing.
So it was never filled pubs? There weren't like drunk crazy men or anything?
A few drunk crazy men.
But that would be it. Like 3 dudes hammered. Yeah.
What was your first big show? Maybe the one that gave you the most nerves, but you looked out into the crowd and it was a packed house.
Ooh. Yeah, there's a pub in London called the Old Blue Last, which is great. It always has free shows there and stuff. And I remember we were in the little like stinky dressing room and we looked out the window and there was a queue. And we were like, well, what's everyone queuing for? And then we realised it was us and we kind of, wet ourselves.
That's got to be a really special moment. My favorite song, you guys should check this out. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. It's called Blush. And the video, when I first saw the video, I was taken aback because I expected you. And then there's just a random guy. So tell me about that video. I've always been curious.
Well, that video is a kind of... we did 2 videos that worked in conjunction. One for our song She and then the follow-up with Blush. They're both from our first EP. And it was a kind of take on the narrative of both those songs, like twisted it a bit to make it into a story about a guy who we think is falling in love for this girl, but actually instead of wanting to be with her, he wants to be her. So yeah.
It's amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. You play today outdoor 425, so you should definitely check them out. Ladies and gentlemen, Wolf Alice.
Thank you.
Thank you.